the store this high.
I got that. I got my scaffolding.
He is not.
These in the day.
He
I wish I was allowed to do it. I do it on
he
my
had
own.
an outpatient surgery today.
You know what I mean? I do it all the time.
Good evening. Happy New Year. I'd like to call the regular meeting of the Board of Fire Commissioners Monday, January 10th, 2022 to order. Please rise. Need a moment of silence for 9 firefighters that lost their life last month and a total of 138 for the year. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic which stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Alex, I see you turned in a card. This isn't an agenda item, so we'll do it at the end, okay? Okay. Anybody else have any public comment on agenda items? Seeing none, I need an approval of the December 2021 regular meeting, December 1st, 2021 regular meeting minutes.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
One motion for November 2021 and current expenditures and ACH payments, the acknowledgement of financial report, acknowledgement of wire transfers and transfers between accounts.
So moved.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. And then the purchase order over 10,000, do that on a separate motion.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Commissioner's business. Anybody have anything, or you want me to call on you individually, or
Nothing for me.
we all good? Chief, presentations.
Good evening. We have one presentation this month. It's for Robert Bobby Cruz. What can I say about Bobby Cruz? So Bobby Cruz is a firefighter, incident safety officer. He's got his Fire Officer 1 and a pump operator, certified pump operator. We stole him from the north area, the North Fort Myers area, I believe. Or City of Fort Myers. Same thing, almost. No, but Bobby comes to us, as I've started doing in the past, is I'm going to read a little bit of what his lieutenant said about him on his last evaluation, which was 6 months ago. It says, robust job knowledge, continue to share his knowledge, very productive, very professional, always takes the initiative, positive attitude, passionate about the job, and a great teacher. And that really does state what Bobby's about. I had the privilege to go with him to FDIC this past August. So it's 5 days that we spent up in Indianapolis doing training seminars, talking about training, talking about different things, and it's true, it's genuine. He cares about the job, he cares about everything that he does here. He's a great teacher, great motivator. He is stationed at this station, and most of the time, all the time that we see him and the crew that he is assigned to, they're always doing something. Whether it's cutting up wedges for the forcible entry prop door or dreaming up new things that they can train on. I think Bobby and his crew came up with, as firefighters are, we're always challenging each other, and it's all about competition. So if you can make it through the door in a certain area, they took it upon themselves and they bought stickers. So if you can make it in a certain time frame, you got a sticker to put on your helmet. If you could beat Bobby and his crew, you got 2 stickers. So no, Bobby's done a great job for us. Can't wait for him to take the acting lieutenant test and progress up through the ranks. So congratulations, Bobby, for 5 years. Yeah, Bobby wasn't the crew that may or may not have tipped over in 24.
He wasn't part of that, was he?
They said if he'd have ran to the other side real quick, it wouldn't have never tipped.
So he needs to become an acting lieutenant, so he won't notice the money coming out of his check so
Yeah,
much?
exactly,
Okay.
exactly. And that's the only presentation I have right now.
Congratulations.
Hey, Chief.
Go ahead. I mean,
Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening.
I learned that from the boss. For those of you who don't know, we give out an award in this department for firefighters or first responders who bring somebody back from cardiac arrest. This evening was a little more special. I know a lot of people have gone on vacation and they're busy. I know Lee County EMS is really busy, so sorry, John. So we were unable to get everyone here, but firefighter Allison's going to collect the award for his entire crew on their behalf. We ran this call, well, not we, the crew ran this call on Mark Harris, and I know the chief wants to talk a little bit about Mark after we begin the presentation. It's a little special, Mark Harris and this save. They got the call at Mark's house. Mark had gone into cardiac arrest, and his significant other, Michelle Craig, began CPR, which I think, you know, it was a strong key point to Mark's survival. That early CPR, every chance I get to talk about early CPR, I do it because it's so important. And because he got that early CPR, they were able to work him. Now, they worked Mark longer than I think I've ever known anybody to get worked. He shocked 14 times. 14 times they shocked him. They gave him pretty much every medication they had in the bag. They weren't giving up on this guy. So they got him he was in and out the entire time. They got him to the hospital. And when they finally got him into the ER, they shocked him one more time, and then he came back. And they got ROSC, return of spontaneous circulation. And unfortunately, he's not here tonight. He was coming. Maybe he's just feeling under the weather. Hopefully he's okay. I'll reach out to him after. But Firefighter Allison, if you'd like to come forward. This is Firefighter Allison's second award. Chief,
You want to recognize the rest of the crew?
yes. Yeah, let me go ahead and recognize the rest of the crew, guys. Just for the record, it was Paul Canning, Lieutenant Paul Canning, Andrew Sertnick, and from EMS was Joshua Cavett and Andrew Fletcher, and then his wife, or his significant other, Michelle Cray. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you,
Chief.
Chief.
so yeah, I just wanted to mention a few things. You know, this was a special one for us. This is one of our own for the board and the public. You know, Mark Harris worked here. He got hired here, and I know Chief Scott's going to speak to that. He got hired here as a firefighter. We stole him away from North Collier Fire back in '93. And you know, Mark's been an employee here from '93 up until his retirement in 2011. He was one of my firefighters. I was his lieutenant at Station 1 for the longest time. Great guy. You know, we made fun of him. The camaraderie was there, and you know, we always made, me and Chief Scott used to, you know, tease him a little bit about his being in shape and everything. So one day we were talking to him, and he's like, "I was a state cross-country champion in Indiana," and we're like, "Yeah, right," because you know he wasn't in the greatest shape. It's right when we started our workout program here, and we were trying to get him in shape, and that was our job. And so he produced the clippings. He holds a state record in Indiana for one of the fastest miles, like sub 5-minute mile at the state of Indiana. So he just holds a special, you know, special place in our heart. And for us to be able to help him is just something special. I think we would do it for anybody, but this just made it a little special. Like Chief Madden talked about 14 times. Every time we shocked him, he'd come back. Shock him, come back. Shock him, come back. You know, I don't know if he was sticking around for us or we were just shocking him for the heck of it to get him to come back so we could have one more day with Mark. So great guy. Glad he's still around. You know, he's had a hard luck since he's retired, but still a great guy. And I know Chief Scott would like to speak to this a little bit.
Yeah, Mark got hired in the same group as myself and Chief Daigle and 6 others. So just a quick story. When we went ALS in 96, 97, the first Phoenix Award ever given to this department, Mark and I were on that together. So I remember we had to go check the plaque to make sure the other day. We were talking about it, Nicole and I and Chief DeWitt, and it just brought back that memory. It was the first one they ever did. that we started to recognize it. So it's just a little ironic that we were here talking about Phoenix tonight, and I was hoping Mark would be here so we could revisit that a little bit. But anyway, if he doesn't make it, we wish him the best. Thanks.
So, yep.
Good story.
You know how I feel about these Phoenix Awards. They
Yeah.
never get old. Congratulations to everybody that was involved. They never get old. I can take a couple of minute break if anybody wants to leave, because, you know, after the award. You're welcome to stay, like I always say, but you don't have to. Okay, we'll bring the meeting back to order. I need a motion for the disposal report.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Old business. Anything that we need to talk about under old business? Chief, you think you got
Nope,
anything?
not that I can think of.
Under new business, we need a motion to approve the RFQ for the engineer and architect approval.
I'll make that motion.
Need a second?
I'll second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
And a motion for the budget transfer number 1 for the new engine and the rescue.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, Chief, your report.
I got a few things to bring up. Since you just okayed the budget transfer, as you remember, last month, we approved the 2 engines, or the engine and the rescue. The new rescue should be here anywhere between the 19th and 21st, somewhere around in there. It is done right now, is being waited to be picked up in northern Georgia, and South Florida Vehicles is sending someone up there on the 17th, get up there on the 17th and start driving it home on the 18th. So that should be here. Then when we get it here, it's going to take about a month and a half to get it in service, depending on, little things that we have to do. We got to get radios put in it, MDC put in it. We got to put stickers on it because it's not coming stickered, but it's got the lights and sirens, so we need to get the radios in it. So depending on what Motorola and Signs and Woodworking has for time frame, we'll get that done as soon as possible. The other thing to let the board know and everybody know, we'll be co-hosting an aerial class along with NRC, which is a National Rescue Consultants. We're doing that February 2nd through the 7th of February. Here, they're using one of our trucks, and we get 2 slots at it. It's the same company that we use, or that's been used in the area for all the USAR classes, all the refreshers, all the new classes. So it's a very reputable company.
Who goes to those classes? How many?
We're going to send 2 employees if they want to. So it's normally about I think he's got it advertised for $450. So they're giving us $900 worth of free classroom. The other thing I'd like to bring up is business after hours this month. It's January 13th. I guess third time's a charm. They're going to try it back down at Tin City again on the boat. So again, I think Mr. Casilla was the only one that had done it before.
Yeah, I'm out
2
of-
months
I'm
ago.
out of town.
Okay. But if anybody'd like to go, it's 4 to 6 down at Tin City on the boat. So
Nope.
let Anna Marie know, but I don't think anybody,
Nope.
sounds good. The next thing, just to remind everybody, FASD, I think myself, Vice Chairman Casilla, and Chairman Lohan are going up, and that's the 25th through the 27th, going up on the 25th, all day on the 26th, walking the halls and doing legislative stuff, and then coming home on the 27th.
Awesome.
One thing to let everybody know is that our COPCN bill that we are help spearheading, I guess, with North Collier and a couple other, Volusia County, St. Johns County, and a couple other, I think Pinellas areas also helping us with it, have been filed. It's House Bill 1321 by House Representative Mello out of the Immokalee, Collier County area. And then Senate Bill 1144, his name's Jason Berdu, and he's out of the Volusia area. Those both have been filed. Just so everybody's aware, Senate Bill 1144 has been assigned to the Health and Policy Committee, Community Affairs Committee, and Appropriations Committee, the only 3 that's been assigned to at this time. And the House bill, since it's only been filed since Friday, it has not been assigned to any committees yet. So with that being said, I would like to let you guys know just to be flexible. They've changed the rules a little bit in Tallahassee. In the past, they knew a week or two in advance when committee meetings were. They've changed the rules. The Senate now only needs to give 3 days' notice, and the House only needs to give 2 days' notice. So let's use Senate Bill 1144. It's in the Community Affairs on Thursday. We would find that out today. And if we need to go up and testify, or at least put our name in there for in favor of it, and we want to be there, that's how much notice we're going to get. So there may be days that you may get a phone call from me or from the chairman or from one of our lobbyists that's working with it with North Collier, Laura Donaldson, that says, hey, we need you guys up here. If you remember on December 1st, I believe it was, I left after one of the meetings and went up there and had to be there for 8 o'clock the next morning. So just be flexible. If we need somebody to go up there, it would be greatly appreciated. Next I have is just for the boards, myself and Chief Broad are going to be at Fire Rescue East Monday through Friday next week. We're leaving here sometime Monday afternoon, and then we'll be back Friday afternoon. For Fire Rescue East, it's training and state meetings. And then lastly, I got two things. Nicole is currently working on the annual report, so we should have that out soon. But just to give you some brief numbers, from 2019 to 2020, we had about a 1.3% decrease in calls. So in 19, there were more calls than there was in 20, but because of COVID, we kind of knew that. But this year, we come roaring back. Between 20, in 2020, we had 7,341 calls. This year, we're at 7,984, so almost 8,000 calls, which is about just over 8.5%, 8.75% increase of calls.
Well, Station 5's any indication. I mean, I live next door. They're going out constantly.
I think the other day, last Friday, they ran 41 or 42 calls last Friday.
Are we seeing an increase in the COVID calls? Are we seeing a lot of that right now?
Not particularly, no. I think it's not up that much for us. Like, we're not getting it where it says COVID like it did in the beginning, where they would come out and they would say positive COVID.
You got to be a little suspect on every breathing problem.
Well, and that's
call.
it. We're getting quite a few breathing calls, but, people not being able to be tested, so on and so forth. So our calls have increased, but to say it's all COVID related, I can't say that.
Yeah.
We got more people here. And lastly, I'd like to read something that Nicole put out there, and just one of those, feel-good things. And I'll paraphrase it. So basically, we do car seat checks here and help install car seats. So one of our car seat technicians, Ashley Pounders, went into a vehicle and assisted the father in putting in a car seat. And she realized that the family had previously visited us for car seat assistance, and she was the tech who installed it. The dad told Ashley that the baby survived a rollover unscathed and did not require a hospital stay at all. And it was a difficult car seat, which doubles as a stroller, so it's one of the more difficult ones to put in. But he would just come by and thanked us for helping that, and he came back to get another one installed. So it just
Well,
kudos.
thank God he was able to tell us that
Yeah.
it was.
Do we just do that here, or is that at every station?
Just here.
Okay, thank
We
you.
do it here. We ask them to do it on a appointment based on Wednesdays. That way we know someone's going to be here. Because at any given day, like, last week Ashley was off, or Nicole was off, or Ashley Diaz was off. So we have, I think, 5 or 8 different car seat technicians that can do it. But we try and do it, but it's only here. And
How many do you do on an average day that you do these, when they have appointments? How many normal? Is there, or isn't there a normal?
there's not a normal, and it varies. It varies from week to week. Obviously, in the summertime, when we have less people here, we seem to get a lot of grandparents, especially during the holidays. Hey, their grandkids are coming
Right.
in, blah, 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 and they come in here and have a car seat. And for the ones that can't afford it, we ask for a donation. We do have car seats here that we do provide, and it's based on a grant program that we have,
That's a great program.
and donations.
Good idea.
Nice.
So I just thought it'd be something to put out a little good feeling, especially along with the
I like the
Phoenix
picture
Award.
on Facebook that grandmother sent into the kids
Yeah.
in the wagon. That was cool.
So, and that concludes my report. Any questions?
Thank you.
Thanks.
We have, anybody would like to have the floor?
Nothing.
We have your reports. Thank you. Nice work. You're up, Alex.
Alex Grandy, 11851 East Terry Street. First of all, I wanted to say, Mark Harris, he was a volunteer when I was a volunteer, and Paul Canning was a volunteer. And were you at the same time?
Yep.
Remember? Yeah. My goodness gracious. How old was he?
He's 65 today.
It's his birthday today, right?
What is
65, I looked at today.
it? 65.
Yep.
He's 12 years, 13 years younger than I am. My goodness. Boy, that's scary. All right, sorry, but any best regards. Okay, anyway, the reason I'm mentioning this, I gave the chief, this was a publication in the American Chemical Society, and I don't know if the chief wants to share it with you or maybe with the staff or something like that, but this is how this COVID vaccine works. And the reason I'm mentioning it is maybe as public information that might help. You know, I am concerned, you know, I used to be a volunteer here, so, you want to save lives. Yeah, you get the idea. Right, we're all in this. So anyway, if this can, just as a suggestion, I don't know if you guys want to reprint or whatever you want to do. If I get any more information, I'll let you know.
Okay.
But I am very concerned with the death rate we have in the United States, and, you get the idea.
Thank you.
Motion to adjourn?
I'll second.
Meeting adjourned. Thanks for coming.